things never go smoothly. Entrepreneurs must be willing to be misunderstood for long periods of time. Every new thing creates 2 new questions and 2 new opportunities. If you want to be inventive, you have to be willing to fail. Though we are optimistic, we must remain vigilant and maintain a sense of urgency. I think technology advanced faster than anticipated. In that whirlwind, a lot of companies didn't survive. The reason we have done well is because, even in that whirlwind, we kept heads down, focused on the customers. All the metrics that we can track about customers have improved every year. One of the things that gets me up in the morning is knowing that customer expectations are always rising, and I find that very exciting. The 3 most important things in retail are location, location, location. The 3 most important things for our consumer business are technology, technology, technology. If we think long term, we can accomplish things that we couldn't otherwise accomplish. A lot of people, and I'm just not one of them, believe that you should live for the now. I think what you do is think about the great expanse of time ahead of you, and try to make sure that you're planning for that, in a way that's going to leave you ultimately satisfied. This is the way it works for me. When you receive criticism from well-meaning people, it pays to ask, are they right? And if they are, you need to adapt what they're doing. If they're not right, if you really have conviction that they're not right, you need to have that long-term willingness to be misunderstood. It's a key part of invention. Percentage margins don't matter. What matters always is dollar margins, the actual dollar amount. Companies are valued not on their percentage margins, but on how many dollars they actually make, and a multiple of that. Determine what your customers need, and work backwards. What I want to talk to you about today is the difference between gifts and choices. Cleverness is a gift, kindness is a choice. Gifts are easy, they're given after all. Choices can be hard. You can seduce yourself with your gifts if you're not careful, and if you do, it'll probably be to the detriment of your choices. If you think about the long term, then you can really make good life decisions that you won't regret later. Cleverness is a gift, kindness is a choice. Gifts are easy, they're given after all. Choices can be hard. Cleverness is a gift, kindness is a choice. You don't choose your passions choose you. When you are 80 years old, and in a quiet moment of reflection narrating for only yourself the most personal version of your life story, the telling that will be most compact and meaningful will be the series of choices you have made. In the end, we are our choices. Word of mouth is very powerful. If you're not doing something that people will remark on, then it's going to be hard to generate word of mouth. If you only do things where you know the answer in advance, your company goes away. The net is pretty cool, but the physical world is the best medium ever. We also have no incentive compensation of any kind. And the reason we don't is because it is detrimental to teamwork. Your brand is formed primarily, not by what your company says about itself, but what the company does. The framework I found which made the decision incredibly easy was what I called, which only a nerd would call, a regret minimization framework. So, I wanted to project myself forward to age 80 and say, okay, now I'm looking back on my life. I want to have minimized the number of regrets I have. I think one of the things people don't understand is we can build more shareholder value by lowering product prices than we can by trying to raise margins. It's a more patient approach, but we think it leads to a stronger, healthier company. It also serves customers much better. You can work long, hard, or smart. But at Amazon.com you can't choose 2 out of 3. We've done price elasticity studies, and the answer is always that we should raise prices. We don't do that, because we believe, and we have to take this as an article of faith, that by keeping our prices very, very low, we earn trust with customers over time, and that actually does maximize free cash flow over the long term. Amazon Pages and Amazon Upgrade leverage Amazon's existing search inside the book technology to give customers unusual flexibility in how they buy and read books, in collaboration with our publishing partners. We're working hard to make the world's books instantly accessible anytime and anywhere. Maintain a firm grasp of the obvious at all times. Any business plan won't survive its first encounter with reality. The reality will always be different. It will never be the plan. My grandfather taught me that it is harder to be kind than it is to be clever. We watch our competitor, learn from them, see the things that they were doing for customers, and copy those things as much as we can. I've not seen an effective manager or leader who can't spend some fraction of time down in the trenches. If they don't do that, they get out of touch with reality, and their whole thought and management process becomes abstract and disconnected.